Okay, so a quick update. It's been a while. I've been trying to do some. The butternut squash has taken over, which is kind of what I intended it to have done. And I have some that are coming, and that's making me really happy. I think this is actually a cucumber. It's self-sowed, and I just let it go. But it's looking to me like it's a cucumber. But you can see the little flowers in there from the squash. I have apples everywhere, and my bug net has moved, but apples everywhere. But it's gonna be awesome sauce. Look at my honey crisp. Aren't they looking large and beautiful? Some of the finches and stuff like to stand here, and then they pull on these. It's kind of funny. They think they're like worms or something. So at some point we are not going to extend the net because critters can get under our deck, but we're going to extend the bark at least this far. I have more squash over here, and I have a sunflower that's self-sowed. I love sunflowers, probably from the bird seed, but that makes me happy. And I'm sorry, I've got a cold. The bush delicata, I am kind of surprised how small this is. I've never grown a bush variety before. But you can see, if I can aim it, there's some delicata squash in there. I think there's only 2. But this actually would be a good thing to grow a lot more of because it's so compact. Strawberries are spreading. This pumpkin, I accidentally snapped off the vine. But you can see I'm getting what will be orange pumpkins. And are there any more in there? There's no more yet. It had some, but they all shriveled up. Kind of like this one. This is supposed to be a very fruitful plant, the Burgess Buttercup, but the fruit withers and fell off. And so the last year as well, I got 1 fruit off the whole vine. So for me, it's not terribly fruitful. And again, this whole vine of pumpkin, I have 1. I'm getting tomatoes. You can see this is the vernissage, I think is how it's called. It's a little hard to tell if it's ripe or not. We're hoping to, this is probably ready. And I do check this for, what do you call it? I'm sorry, my brain is dead. I do check it for, oh, there's a bird right there. Hi, birdie. I check it for those flying things that I hate, mosquitoes. But we're moving it, and we're hoping to put wood chips all along this area because it's just too hard. This has been super helpful. You can tell I actually have some blueberries in there now, and a fly. But something has still been getting in there and eating my blueberries. So I don't know if a bird is getting underneath and pecking or what, but somebody is still getting some. We have so much of this golden purslane, I'm just pulling it and using it as kind of mulch. The peas, I think I'm gonna do is let them just ripen, and when they're kind of brown, I'm gonna pull them off. And maybe next month I'm gonna sow them all over. I'm not gonna plant things, so that'll be my own cover crop that shall hopefully die in the frost. I've got some more cabbage. I've got some collard greens. I've got more tomatoes. My onions were starting to bolt. So in their first year, I kind of pushed them over and hoping that it would encourage more bulb growth and not, yeah. You can see I've got some Roma tomatoes. They're actually not Roma, but I can't remember. My kohlrabis, let's see if I can get a view of how big my bulbs are. Look how big that is. I don't know if you can tell, but that is massive. In my hand. That's a massive kohlrabi. I just have so much produce right now. I can't even eat it all. I've got more canning tomatoes. What are those? Paste tomatoes. Can't remember right now what they're called because I'm sick and my brain is dead. More kohlrabi. an onion that overwintered, so it's probably not gonna be super tasty. These are seeds that I started for winter. I've got tons and tons of beans, and I'm trying to save seed, although my daughter said something ate one of my, yeah, something did eat it. So I'm trying to save a couple seeds when something ate it. But I've got zucchini and more zucchini. I've got squash, tons and tons of beans. I've got beets. I've got cucumbers, and it's amazing how fast they can grow in like one day. And so I've got a pickling cucumber. I think this is a Napa cabbage I planted. More onions. They seem to be doing pretty good this year, other than trying to go to seed. I've got kale that I just need to do something with. And there's onions in here that this nasturtium, I should just pull because it's, oh look. The kids have been playing. So I got some broccoli. This one I need to pull. You can see how they're starting to loosen as opposed to being hard. My is bolting. But I'm worried these onions are not going to get a nice big size in time. You see how small they are because they were shaded out. And so it makes me think that they're not going to get big enough in time. Because people keep climbing over it. What? Little people keep climbing over them. That's the tough part. The Malabar spinach is not growing super great for me. And I doubt we'll get anything from our sweet potatoes, but really that was an experiment. Nothing really lost there. I've got more cucumbers I need to harvest. These are gonna be too big. And look at the size of my cabbage. Oh my goodness, this is ginormous. I have to harvest this, and I just made a huge thing of sauerkraut. I'm gonna have sauerkraut for the whole year. And we like sauerkraut. That is the biggest cabbage I think I've ever grown. This is all of our Brussels sprouts. My one white eggplant. And the one zucchini I'm trying to save seed from. I don't know when to harvest it when I'm saving seed, but that is pretty big. I got more broccoli. And these I have been looking, what are these called again? There's a bee. I don't want to squish the bee. But yeah, and then our corn. Our corn is close. I harvested one immaturely, but they're doing a lot better having so many together. But that's our little garden. I guess I should just do a quick view of our orchard. Our orchard's doing well. Everything's growing up. The figs. The good news is the asparagus didn't all die, but it looks like somebody has been in here and munched on a couple of them. But I have some asparagus. Some mushrooms are coming up because the bark. Oh, what is that? I don't know what that is, but I'm going to pull that leaf. We have apple trees. I could have used some elderberries right now being sick, but oh, look at this apple tree. Isn't it growing beautifully? I like how they're open. And as this one is going to be the new leader, and this is, oh, there's a yellow jacket, or probably a paper wasp. These are our rain farts. That's what they are. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hoping you have better health than we do.